Hi everyone, my name's Andy Robertshaw. Today I'm going to be looking at Daily Killer Su Doku puzzle number 30515. That's 30515. I did solve this one a couple of days ago, but somebody on a different Facebook group has asked for some help on getting on with this puzzle. So I'm going to go through this now. Hopefully I can remember what I've done. So I'll start with the basics. A 5 is 1, 4 or 2, 3. A 3 there is 1 and 2. A 10 cannot include 1 and 2, so it's going to be 4, 6 or 3, 7. The 17, of course, is 8 and 9. So these three then, I need a 5 there. I also need whichever pair are not used there that add up to 10, so 3, 7 or 4, 6. I've got a 29 kg there of size 4, which must be 5, 7, 8, 9. I've got 27 and 30 here, which add up to 57. So 57 is 12 more than 45. So this plus this must be 12. So I can't have the 6 there because I need another one. So 3, 9, 4, 8, 5, 7 or 7, 5. Right, what else? If I have a look at this set of cages, I've got a total of 53. So these two are 8 more than this one. Again, I don't know how useful that's going to be, but I'll just try and remember that. I'll have a look at this one as well. There's some good symmetry here. So 49, so 4 more than 45. These two are 4 more than this one. I'm going to mention this 37 cage. So this 37 cage is of size 8. So it must contain every number except from 8. 37 is 8 less than 45. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 are what it contains. And these two between them must contain an 8 and whichever number goes here. So the only place for an 8 in this box is one of those two, and this number here to go with it. But if I got an 8 as one of those, I cannot have an 8 there. In fact, let's just put an 8 underlined. We'll remember what that means. It means I must have an 8 in one of those two. Okay, so does that help? In fact, if I look at this one again, does this help? 49. So this is 4. This and this is 4 more than this. So I suppose I could have 5 there and 8, 1, 7 there and 8, 3, 8 there and 8, 4, or 9 there and 8, 5. Yeah, I can't have 8, 5 in fact, because I need a 5 as one of those. But I could have this one as my 8. Well, let's see that one again. 53, 8 more than this. So, in fact, I can't have an 8 there, can I? Right. If I have an 8 there, then this would have to equal this one, because these two are 8 more than this one. So in fact, this one must be the 8. So let's get rid of that. And let's come back to this now. What options do we have here? We have got 49. So this plus this is 4 more than this. So 5 for 8, 1. 7, I'd have a total 11. For 8, 3. 8 for 12, 8, 4. And 9, I'd want 8, 5. But I can't have 5 there because I've got a 5 in that cage. So I can't have 9 there. This plus this was 12. So I can't have the 3 there that would have gone with that. Right, let's have a look. In fact, any of those could be that one. We'll come back to this one now. So 53. So 4 there and a total of 12 here. But not 5, 7. I'd take, if I had 5 and 7 there, I'd be taking 2 of those options. And not 8 and 4. So the only 12 I could have there is 9 and 3. 5 there and a total of 13 there. So I could have 9, 4, couldn't have 8, 5, but I could have, in fact, I couldn't have 6 and 7 either. I need either 6 or 7 here. So if I got 13 there, it must be 9 and 4. Finally, let's look at the 7. So 8 more than 7 is 15. I can't have 8, 7 then. I've got an 8 there. I need 6, 9. So I've got 3, 9, 4, 9 or 6, 9. I've got a 9 there, whatever happens. So I don't want a 9 there. So these two are 5 and 7. So let's remove 5 and 7 as options from those. Let's also remove 5 and 7 as an option from this one. In fact, this is now the same as this. So this one must be 3, 4, 6 or 9. Right. Let's have a look now at the bottom two rows. I've got 70 there. I've got a total of 20 between those three. Again, just bear that in mind. I don't know how useful that's going to be. I'll fill in my options for the 7 cage, 1, 6, 2, 5, 3, 4, but not 5 there and not the 2 there that would have gone with it. What have we got on these top two rows? 78, so I need 12 between those three to make it up to 90. Right, what else? 7 cage here, 1, 6, 2, 5, 3, 4. What can I do in this top left box now? If I've got 1 there, 8 and 1 is 9, I need 12 between those, but because these two are 4 more than this, I'd have a 5 there with a 1 there. So 1 there will give me 3 and 9. In fact, I can't have a 9 in that one, it would be 3 and 9 that way round. 3 there would give me 7 there. I need a total of 10 between these. Without using 3, 7 or 8, I could have 1, 9, or I could have 4 and 6 either way round. Or with a 4 there, I've got 8 there. So total of 9 between those without using 8 or 4. So I could have 3, 6 or 2, 7. So 3, 6 either way round, or 2, 7 either way round. Okay, my 8 here, my 9 there, sorry, I can't have an 8 from that one. I've got 2, 7, 3, 6 or 4, 5. I've got all three options for this 8, so 1, 7, 2, 6 or 3, 5. This 11 cage, I can't have 5 and 6. If I've got 5 and 6 there, I need a 7 in the 8 cage, a 1, 7, and a 7 in the 9 cage, a 2, 7. So it's not 5, 6, so 2, 9, 3, 8 or 4, 7. Right, let's just see what happens with each option here. So if I've got 4, 7 there, I need 3, 6 there. So 4, 7, 3, 6. So with 4, 7 and 3, 6 gone, I can't have 1, 7 with 4, 7 there. I can't have 3, 5 with 3 and 6 there. And I can't have 2 and 6 with 3 and 6 there. So in fact, the 4, 7 option is impossible. What else could I see? So 8s and 9s, I could only have a 9 in the 11 cage or a 9 there. And the same for 8s, I could only have 8 in the 11 cage or an 8 there. Now what does that mean then? Obviously I need an 8 or a 9 there, one but not both of those. So if I've got 2 and 9 then, I must have a 8 there. So because this and this were 4 more than this one, I must have 4 there. So 2, 9, 8, 4, and a total of 9 there. but not 2, 7, because I've got a 2 there. So I'll be left with 3 and 6. So 2, 9, 4, 3, 6, 8. So I'd have 2, 3 and 6 there. So that's 1, 7 there and 4, 5 there. So with 2, 9 there, I'd have 1 and 7 there. With 3, 8, I couldn't have 3 and 5 there. So whether I've got 2, 9 or 3, 8 there, I can remove 3, 5 as an option from this 8 cage. Right, that means then I can't have 2, 7 in the 9 cage because I'll be taking up both options from the 8 cage there. So that's 3, 6 or 4, 5. Okay, can I reduce this any further now? So 2, 9, 1, 7, 8, 4, 3, 6, 4, 5. So that means if we've got 3, 8 there, I want a 9 there. So I've either got 3 and 6 between those two with a 2, 9 there, or if we've got 3, 8 there, I need a 9 there. So this one can only be 3, 6 or 9. Right. 3, 8 then, 9, 4, 5. So that's 7. So 2, 9 will give me an 8 there. 3, 8, 4, 5. Well, that immediately gives me a 7 there. So that's 5, not a 5 there, and not the one there that would have gone with the 5. Okay, so that's helpful. Let's keep going with the 3, 8. So 3, 8, 7, 2, 6, 4, 5, 1, 9. So I think that means we've got 4, 5 there. Whether we got 3, 8 or 2, 9 there, we got 4 and 5 there. Let me double check that. So 2, 9, 1, 7, 8, a 4 there. So I need 3 and 6 there and 4, 5 there. And 3, 8 there is 4, 5 there straight away. So that's 4 and 5. So I can take away 4 and 5 as options from this one. In fact, I'm sure I can tidy that cell up a bit now as well. So it was 2, 9, 1, 7, 8, 4, 3, 6. So if that's 2, 9, that's 3 or 6, or 3, 8, 7, 3, 9, that's 1. So it's 1, 3 or 6. Okay, I can also, this is a sort of X-wing now. I've got 4, 5 there and 5, 7 there. So that accounts for my 5s in the first 2 rows. So I can't have a 5 in this 7 cage, so I know it's not 2 and 5. Right, so 7 or 8 there. This plus this was 12. So I can't have a 7 there. That one is 4 or 5. Let's come back to this now. So 53, these two are 8 more than this one, so 12 or 13, 9, 3 or 9, 4 there. So the 6 isn't an option, it's 9, 3 or 9, 4. I now have a 3, 4, 9 triple in this column, so this one isn't 3, 4 and 9. I remember this one is the same as this one, so that can't be a 6. So I've got a 3, 4, 9 triple in that column, a 5, 7 pair, and 8. It leaves you 1, 2 and 6 between those, but in fact I can't have 1 or 2 there, so that is 6. Those two are 1 and 2 between them. Right, so 1 or 2 there, 1 or 2 in the 5 cage. Okay, so what can we have here then? So if I've got 1 there, I want 13 there without using 6, so 4, 9 or 5, 8. 2 there, and 6 there. Well, anything that adds up to 12 will go. So 4, 8, 7, 5, 3, 9. So still quite a few options there. What else could I do? So let's fill these in. I've got an 8, 9 pair and a 4, 5 pair. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Right, so probably not that helpful at this stage. I've got a 36 cage there, so it's a 36 cage of size 6 is missing a set of 3 numbers that add up to 9, and likewise this 29 cage of size 6 is missing a set of 3 numbers that add up to 16. I'm sure I'll be coming back to that pretty soon. So let's fill in what we might have here. So not 5, 7, 8 or 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. But in fact, I could have 4 with 3 and 6 there, or 3 with 1 and 9. In any case, I need a 3 as one of those. So that's my 3 in that row. I don't have a 3 there. Right, so what else? In fact, the top and bottom of this, I've got 101 between those, so this plus this is 11. In fact, I'm not as spoilt for choice as at first it may seem, because I can't have 8 or 9 there. And I must have at least 2 for each number. Can't have 2 or 6 there. I'll do some more elimination now. So 2 and 9, 3 and 8, 4 and 7. I don't have a 6 there, so not a 5 there. So 6 and 5, 7, 4. I don't have an 8 there, so not a 3 there. So, yeah, still 5 options, but it's fewer options than we might have first had. Okay. So, looking at what else we can do. So 1, 2, 3. Must have an 8 or 9. 8 or 9 as one of those two. I've got 8 or 9 there. Must have 8 or 9 as one of those two. I could put my high number in the 14 cage because I can have some small ones to go with it. In fact, in this row 8, I've got 1 and 2 between those two. I've got 3 and 4 between the 5 cage and the 10 cage. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but not a 6 there. So 5, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 between those. I'm reduced for choice on this one. So, in fact, I can eliminate quite a bit here. The least I've got is 4 plus 5 there for 9. The most I could have there is 6. But I can't have 6. I also couldn't have 1 or 2. So 3, 4 or 5 there. I couldn't have 9 there because 3 or 5, that's 8. 8 is the least I've got between those two. So I couldn't have 8 or 9 there. I can't have 9 there because I've got at least 7 between those two. So no 9 there. Right. In fact, I do know I have a 9 in the 36 cage because it's missing 3 numbers that add up to 9. So I know I've got a 7, an 8 and a 9 in there. So 6 is the largest number I would be missing from that cage. Whereas 16 is my total missing from that cage. I've got plenty more options. So what else can I see? So if I've got 8 there, I'd have 4, 3. So I wouldn't have fours or threes there. I could have 5, 7 or 5, 8 and 1 or 2 there. Okay. 7 there would mean 5, 3. That's the only option. So 7, 5, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 1. So I need a total of 13 there. So 7, 5, 3. So a total of 13 couldn't be 5, 8. It would have to be 4, 9. Right, so 7, that's possible. 6, 4, 5, it would have to be 3, 7, 1, 4, 2, so a total of 12 there. So that's 3 and 9. 8. Right. In fact, I did add these up a bit earlier, so those 3 cells add up to 20. Yeah, so I'm not sure what I can do that helps there. 8 with a 8, 3, 4. 5, 7 or 5, 8 there. Right, okay. It's getting very complicated very quickly, so I won't do any more on that yet. So let's have a look at 3, 4 there will give me 5 there and 7 there, and 2 and 9. 1, 6 would give me what? Wouldn't reduce the options really, would it? That. Okay. So let's carry on. Yeah, right. In fact, is there anything I can do here? If I've got 5 there, I need 4 and 9 there. So these two are 8 more than this one. So then I'd have a total of 10. But with 4 and 9 there, I'd need 3 and 7. So 5 for 3 and 7 there. Or 4, 3, 9. I want 11. So 5, 6 or 3, 7. So I couldn't have a 4 there. So 3, 7 either way round. That one's not a 6. It'd be 5 and 6 or 3, 7 either way round. Okay. So 4, 3, 7, 5, 6. 3, 9, 4, 9, 1. Or 5, 3, 7, 4, 9, 3. Sorry, 3, 9, 4, 3, 6. Right, okay. Yeah, that's interesting. So 4 there. Then I want 3, 9 for 12. 5, 6. 3, 9, 4. And I want 3 and 6 there. But with 4 and 5 and 6, 5 and 6 that way round, so 6 there. So that would have to be 6 and 3 that way round. And with the 5 option there, I've got 4, 9, 3 for 11 there. I'd have 1, 9. So 4, 5, 6, not a 6 there, not a 3 there. Okay, so what's up? What's next then? You do these things, it doesn't get you very far. So 4, 5, 6. I'd have 3 and 7 there, but I'd have 8 there. Or 5 then, 4, 9, 3, 7, 7 there, 4, 6 there. Okay, I know I've got a 2 then as one of those. I've got a total of 18 here. So, not including a 2. 1, 8, 9, 3, 6, 9. 4, if I've got 4, I don't want a 5 in there, so 4, 6, 7. But not 4, 6, 7 for 5, 8. So 5, 6, 7. If I've got 5, 6, 7, then I'm left with 1, 2, 3 between those. So it's not 5, 6, 7. So I can't have 5, 6, 7 for the 18 that go there. I can't have 4. Could I have had 4, 5, 9? 4, 5, 9. No, I can't have 4, 5, 9 because of that one. 4, 6, 8 will give 5 and 7 there. 5, 7. But I'd have 4, 9 there, 3, 7 there, and 4, 6 there. It will compromise that option. So I can't have 4, 6, 8. So I've got to have 1, 8, 9 or 3, 6, 9. So my total of 18 there is 1, 8, 9 or 3, 6, 9. I can't have a 9 there, so not a 9 there sorry. I can't have... I must have a 9 there, I should say. So I can't have a 9 there, and I can't have a 2 there that would have gone with it. So I must have both 4 and 5 then in this middle column of this one. So that removes a 5 from there, and a 4 from there, and the 6 that would have gone with it. But what's interesting now, remember that these two were either 3, 7 or 5, 6. They can no longer be 5, 6. So if I've got 4 there, I've got 8 more than 4 is 12 there. I need 11 there. I can no longer have the 11. So I can't have the 4 there. I must have 5 there. And I must have 3 and 7 there and 4 and 6 there. And a total of 13 there. So that's 4 and 9. That one's a 3. That's 1 and 9. So those two are 3 and 8 between them. So that's a 7. So this 8 cage is 2, 6. So not 2 or 6 there. Not a 1 in that column. So 2, 6. No 1s there. So what else? I was on a bit of a roll there. So this was the same as this. So that's 4 or 9. I couldn't have a 3 there because I've got one in the box. So not 3 there, not 4 there. And also not 3 there. So between 1, 2, 4, 6, definitely including the 2 for this 20 cage. So can I what options have I got here? So 2, 4, 6 is 12. I can't have 1, 7 for the 8 to make it up to 20 because I've got 1 and 7 there. I also can't have 2, 6, so can't have 3 there. It has to be 5 and 3 if that's 2, 4, 6. So must include the 2 if it's 1, 2, 6. 1, 2, 6 is 9. I need 11 there. But not 2, 9, not 6, 5. Possibly 3, 8. Or possibly 4 and 7. And finally, 1, 2, 4 there is 7. In fact, let me go back and do something else before I do 1, 2, 4. If I do 1, 2, 6, I just said here I need 3, 8 or 7, 4. But I couldn't have 3 and 8. If I've got 1, 2, 6, I've got 4 there and 3 there. So I couldn't have 3, 8 at all there. So it'd have to be 7, 4. So 2, 4, 6, 3, 5. 1, 2, 6, 7, 4. So I've not got an 8 there as a possibility yet. 1, 2, 4. I want a total of 13 there. Not 4 and 9 because it'll swallow up both of those options. In fact, I've got a 4 there anyway. So it could be 5, 8, but not an 8 there. So it could be 5 there and 8 there. Or it could be 7, 6. I could have 6 there and 7 there. Okay, well that's a few options. Right, so what's next? I've got 6 there, so I know that in fact 6 and 2 go that way round. No 6 there. So remember these add up to 18, so there must be 1, 8 and 9. So my 2 and 1 go that way round. My 3 and 8 go that way round. So here we got 3 or 7 with the 4 and 5. Okay, so I've got 4 and 6 there, so that 5 is 2 and 3. So that must be a 1. Just trying to remove any 4s and 6s in this row. So total there of 13. So I can't have a 3 there. It must be 4, 9 or 5, 8. Can't have the 7. Because the 6 is there. Can't have 6 and 7 to get to 13 there. I can't have 4 and 9 either because they're my only options for this cell. So this one is 5 and 8. So not 5, 8 there. No 5 between those. No 8 there. So that's 8 and 9 that way round. So I can remove 8 as candidates from this one. So 15 cage there. 5, 7, 3 or 7, 4. I can't have a 7 there, can I? I need 4 and 4 to make up the 15. So that's a 5 then. And I need 7 and 3 to make that up to 15. So no 5 there. What goes here? 4's got to go there, the only thing left in that row. So not 4 there, not 3 there, not 5 there, not 2 there. So what could I still have here? 2, 3, 4, not 3. In fact, let's put my 3 in there. The only because I've got a 3 there, can't have a 3 there. Only place for a 3 in that box is that one. So 3 and 2, and I'm left with 2, 4, 7, 9. In fact, I can say the same for my 7 there because I've got a 7 there. 7 must be there. So 2, 4, and 9 between those 3. And that one is a 9. Right. So let's have a look at this 27 cage. 7 plus 2 plus 4 is 13. So I need 14 to make it up to 27. So 5, 9 or 6, 8. 7, 2, 9 is 18. So I need 9 to make that up. In fact, I'm a bit spoilt for choice. I'll leave that for now. I know what those 3 are, don't I? So 1, 6 and 8 for those 3. but I must be missing 3 numbers that add up to 9 from this 36 cage. 7 cannot be one of them, so I know that I must have a 7 here or here. So that's not a 7. Also, I can eliminate 7 elsewhere in this row. So, what set of numbers am I missing that add up to 9 from this 36 cage? I've got a 4 already, so it's not 2, 3, 4. So it's either 1, 3, 5 or 1, 2, 6. But I need either the 1 or the 6 there, so it can't be 1, 2, 6. I must be missing 1, 3, 5. So those two are 6 and 8, making that a 1. So whatever else isn't 3 and 5 to go there, which is 2 and 7. So no 2s in this box. 2s and 7s from... Well, I've removed 7s from the row already, but no 2s there, no 2 there. So let's come back to this 27 cage now. So 7 plus... In fact, 2 must be one of those because it's not that one. 7, 2, 4 is 13 and 1 is 14. I can't make it up to 27 with one more number. So it's not 7, 2, 4. It must be 7, 2, 9 and 4 and 9 there. I'll come back to this in a second. So I've got a 9 in this box now. This one was the same as this one, so that's a 9. That's not a 9. Okay, let's come back. 7 plus 2 plus 9 plus 1, that's 19. 19 there so far, so that must be an 8 to make it up to 27. So that's not an 8, it's a 1. So, what else have I got? I've got a 1 in this column, so that's a 2. Let's remove all the other 2s out of that. And also not a 2 there. So I've got a 7 in this column, so that one isn't a 7. I've got 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. So not got an 8 there. So 1, 3, 4. I've got a 1 in the column there, so not a 1 there, not the 6 that would have gone with it. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Can I now do something with this 20 cage, I wonder? So I've got just 1 and 4 between those two. So 2 and 6 for definite in there. So I've got a 6 in that cage already. I've not got a 6 there. So in fact, 3, 4, 5 triple. So that's 6. That's 1. So the 20 cage is 2, 4 and 6 in that box. So total of 8 out of that box must be 5 and 3. So that one isn't 3 and 4, that's 1 and 6. So I can remove 1 and 6 from elsewhere in this row. And 4 and 5 between those, but not a 4 there. So that's a 4, that's a 5. I need a 4 in this box, but the only place it could go is there. In fact, that's a 4 anyway by elimination. So that's 5, that's 4, that's 7, that's 5. What are those two then? They're 1 and 3, but I've got a 3 there. So 1 there, 3 there. I need 9 to make that up to 14. I've got 4, 6 there, so that's a 2. Those two are 4 and 6 between them. What have I got here then? 2 and 8. 2 and 8 between those two. And so it only leaves 7 to go there. So I've got 7 in that column, so 2 and 7 that way, 2 and 8 that way, 6 and 8 that way, 1 and 6 that way. So I've got 4 and 5 in this row, so let's take them out as candidates there. Let's remove them from that one. I've got 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, so not 1 there. 3, 4, 5, 6, that's what I've got left there. Right. A 3, 7 pair there, so that's a 6. And that one's a 2. A 3, 7 pair in the box. So let's take out 3s and 7s elsewhere. They're 4 and 5. So what else? We're getting very close. I've got 7 in that column. Let's remove that. I've got a 3 in this column. Let's remove that. So okay, so I'm still focusing on this 37 cage. I've got a 9 there, so let's do 8 and 9 that way round. What have I still got to go in this? I've got 3 in this row, so that's 7. They're 1 and 6, the top 2 there. That's 3, that's 7, that's 3. So not a 3 there. I've got a 1 and 6 pair at the top, so not a 6 there. 4, 5 pair in that row now. So that one's a 3. 4, 5 pair in the box, so that one is 7. I feel nearly done now. So got a 1 in that column, so 6, 1, 4, 6, 5, 4, 8, 5, 9, 8, 2, 9. Got a 5 in that row, so 4 and 5 that way round, and that's it. So I hope that was helpful. I mean, I think once we got going, we're okay with it. I hope you enjoyed the solution of that. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you